Hey everyone, this is Kyle Treadway with Treadway Development, and today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of my Token Crowdsale Dashboard. A token crowd sale is how projects raise capital by selling their tokens before it hits the open market. Instead of going straight to an exchange, you offer early investors a set price. In this case, it's going to be 1,000 tokens per ETH with a defined raise window and a hard cap. What makes this contract so powerful is everything built around the sale. There's a soft cap and a hard cap. If the soft cap is not reached, then the buyers automatically get refunded. And then if the soft cap is reached, then all of the ETH goes directly to the project. Buyers don't receive tokens immediately. They are subject to a vesting schedule with a cliff period, which protects the project from all of the buyers just dumping all the tokens the moment that the sale is over. The whitelist ensures only vetted wallets get to participate, which is standard for serious crowd sales. And the whole thing is on-chain. No backend, no trust required. The contract handles everything automatically. I'm going to be demoing this on localhost on Hardhat because there are some time restraints. So I need to be able to push the time forward so you can see the entire life cycle of the project. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and connect our wallet. All right. And here up at the top, Token Crowdsale Dashboard, you have all the stat cards here. Total raised, obviously nothing yet, but we will once we start moving here. The small number and the large number, it's gonna be the soft cap and the hard cap. You have to reach at least 5 ETH for the buyers not to get refunded and for the contract to actually finalize, and we can't go above 10 ETH, that's the top. We have 10,000 in the pool here, so that has to at least cover the hard cap if it sells all the way through. And total tokens sold, which is obviously how many of the STK tokens are sold. And then here, my tokens is for the individual, whoever's wallet we're connected with, you'll see. Here we have not started yet, but this is gonna be showing the progress bar. It states the soft cap and the hard cap and 1,000 STK per ETH. And the end date we don't know because we haven't started yet, right? So let's go ahead and hop onto the deployer wallet. Boom, there we go. And now this is where you can actually get started. So this is what actually starts the token sale. The contract must be funded with enough tokens to cover the hard cap. That's what we just talked about, right? So let's go ahead and start the sale. All right, confirm. Now the sale is officially started. You can see the countdown here. And now the buy tokens is open, but only for vetted wallets, right? So there's a whitelist on this, right? So if I go to, let's see here, these 3 wallets are the ones that are on the whitelist. So if I go here, you're gonna see not whitelisted, right? Can't do it. So let's go back to one of the whitelisted, and there we go. And let's go ahead and buy. So we can do the minimum, right? So we'll go 0.1 ETH. Let's buy tokens. And let's see what this does here. So let's confirm that. Right, and that's confirmed. A little bit of the progress goes up. Total raised, 0.1 ETH, right? Now I can see there's 100 STK because that's a 10th, right? It's 1,000 for every full ETH. So now we can see if that works. We can try to do more than that, right? If we go like 3 ETH, right? No, amount exceeds the maximum contribution, right? So we can't do that. Let's go ahead and go to a different wallet and do another one, and we'll do the max on this one. So we can do 2, let's do 2. All right, so let's buy. Perfect. I'm just gonna be doing that. Let's confirm. Excellent, so now we have 2.1. You can see this continuing to go, right? So now there are 2,100 of the STK. It was 2,000 plus the 100 from the previous one. My total tokens is for this individual person, right? So that's going to be their total at this time, right? So now we can go ahead. I'm going to advance the time, and you can see I'm going to advance it past. And actually, you know, just so you can see it go all the way through, let's go and see this to finalize. So let's go to the deployer. Let's also buy 2. Okay, and then we'll go to the first wallet that we did 0.1, and let's do 1 entire ETH. So I'll put us at 5.1. So now we can push through and that'll have us go through the full cycle. So you can see that we're about halfway, right? So it's showing 51%, which is spot on. All the math is correct here. Let's go ahead and push this forward. So I do have a script that specifically pushes forward 7 days. Right now I'm going to have another script that's going to push us past the 180 days so we can see it completed. So we'll refresh this. Let's come back in. All right, so you can see here now 1.1 ETH, 1100 STK, 0 tokens claimed, right? Because we actually have to make it past the 30-day period. And that's what I meant to say before, not the 180 days, but the actual cliff period here. So now we've seen that the sale is finalized. You can't purchase anymore. So now I'm going to run it past the 30 days, not the 180 days. And you'll see that we're now able to claim some tokens. So before we go ahead, I pushed it past the cliff period. But before we go ahead and claim those, I have to actually finalize the sale, right? So once the admin finalizes the sale, then those will be claimable. All right, so now the claim token pops up and you can see I haven't claimed anything. Right now, claimable is 588,000 total. The reason is because it's been vesting the entire time from the moment that I purchased to through the 30 days. So that's been accruing linearly and it's going to continue to do that up to the 180, right? So far I'm able to claim this amount. So let's go ahead and claim in here 10,003. So it's going to be 10,500, right? So let's go ahead and claim this in 91, I guess. All right, boom, there we go. All right, so let's go to another wallet and claim. So same ID here, 1,100 total. So far I can do 323 and change. And I think right now it shows that I have 0 STK. So now it should go up to 323. So let's claim that. All right, and that went down more. So let's go ahead and look in here. And 323. Perfect. And I did mention before the 5.1 ETH that this made, we reached that soft cap, right? So the buyers aren't going to get a refund. This is going to go directly to the contract. That happens when I hit the finalized sale, right? So there is no separate button where I have to come back on and withdraw that. That goes directly into the contract when you hit that finalize button. All right, so that is everything pretty much. Down here, of course, we have our pause and unpause. So this just pauses the contract. Earlier on, when you pause, you wouldn't actually be able to purchase anything until you unpause, just like a lot of my other contracts or a lot of my other dashboards, I should say. But besides that, that is everything for the crowd sale. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.